Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another edition of Tales of a 40-Year-Old Fat Ass. My name is Brian. I am, of course, your host and resident fat ass. And today is Tuesday, April 24th. Rapidly coming up, I guess by next week, I'll be at the 3-month mark since starting Medifast. Back down the slide this week. I am down 3 pounds to 271.4 for a grand total of 43.4 pounds lost. And I wanted to kind of discuss willpower, or in this particular case, lack thereof. Many of you know that have seen the videos from the last couple weeks. I made a conscious decision to go off program around Easter and Passover to enjoy the holidays a little bit, to give myself a little bit of a break and eat some of the foods that I enjoy eating. And it's not that they're horrible foods per se. Well, some of them were. But like matzah is not a horrible thing, but you know, I wanted to have some. At any rate, had a really hard time getting back into the program. And then last week, I probably had, and I think it was probably last Tuesday or Wednesday, I just had the worst day that I had, and I kept trying to get myself, back into that program, and I would last a day or two, and I would go off, and I would last a day or two and go off. I would be at rehearsal, and somebody would bring in Twizzlers. I like Twizzlers. They're a low-fat food. That's the kind of thought process that I was getting myself into. Then last week, my wife and I both just had a day. I don't know if it was a long day for both of us, if it was a full moon. I don't know what the hell it was. But we decided to go out in grand style. And when I say grand style, I'm talking like ice cream, Tastykakes, some candy, some peanut M&Ms. All the shit that I know that I shouldn't eat that is definitely, most certainly, not on program. And then woke up the next day and said, you know what, I can't do this again. It's too easy to slide back into that type of mode. And woke up the next day, went to the gym, burned off 800,000 calories of the damage that I had done the night before. And I've been on program ever since. So it's almost a week now that I've been back on program. It's not easy. I shot a bar mitzvah Sunday. And at the end, and I love you dearly, Judy and Greg, your friends, but they had this huge candy buffet that were out for all the kids. When you're trying to get back into program and you're trying to be good, the dessert bar wasn't bad enough. But now they had the candy buffet to boot. And I got to tell you, it took every ounce of willpower that I had not to even have so much as a single M&M, because those are really my downfalls, are the peanut M&Ms. And you know what? I didn't do it. I was okay with it. And you realize you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have ebbs and flows and this and that and the other thing. You get a little pissy at yourself and you move on. That's what I've done. I don't know the mental break that I had that forced me all of a sudden to go off a program that I was being very successful on. And I've never subscribed to the whole food is an addiction thing. I think, and especially being a fat ass, you would think that that's something that I would kind of appreciate. But I always thought it was a crock of shit. But you know what? It's really not all that different from alcoholism or drug addiction. It has the same effects as far as damaging your body. With me, though, I think it's more of a habit addiction than it is the actual food addiction. Because once you really start getting some of that comfort food in, that's all you want. You want to swim in it. You want to just roll around naked in it. And that's the big joke between my wife and I, is when we really want to have a bad day. How you doing today? I want to roll around naked in some Tastykakes. That's the kind of, not that we would ever physically do that, but that's the mindset that you get into. And I think at this point where, or at least for myself, I'm realizing that I'm just not there yet. I can't allow myself to get out and do the things that I really want to do because I have a hard time reining it back in. We're going away in about a month. We're going away to Baltimore for an entire weekend, and I had planned on going off program so I could enjoy the weekend. I may not do that now because I don't know if I necessarily trust myself enough to get back into it. So whether you're on Weight Watchers, whether you're on Medifast, whether you're on Atkins, whatever you're on, it's okay to have these times. I think you almost have to, because at the end of the day, we live in a society where food is just all around us. And sometimes it's a little more overpowering than we're able to take, and sometimes we're able to overpower it more than they can, get to us. So with that being said, remember to take your daily intake of funny. It is certainly going to help you get through those rough times. Have a fantastic week. With any luck, we'll be back later on during the week coming up with some new stuff. It's just been so difficult, and I apologize for everyone that looks forward to the videos. I really, really have been trying to get to these a little more often than I can, but Sometimes life just happens all over you. Best you can do is get a towel and dry off. Have a fantastic Tuesday. We'll see you again soon.